Pisces. This is Nightbird Tarot. I'm here to do your daily check-in. Let's see what's going on. Okay, today is April 6th, 2026, but when you find this message is when you're meant to receive it. This will be a general reading for you, Pisces, so take what resonates and leave the rest, as not all readings will resonate with everyone. I'm feeling like new energy today, so let's see what the cards have to say. Hope that you all had a nice weekend. I'll be putting out your money story in just a few hours, so keep an eye open for that. Hope you all had a nice holiday this weekend as well. We are officially in spring. Angels, guides, ancestors, what is the most important message for the sign of Pisces at the time that they're viewing this message? Lots of wands today. So lots of action going on. Okay. Back of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. Again, like I said, a lot of action going on. It is in the reverse position, however. So there may be a lack of energy at this time. I know that I'm feeling that. I've been feeling very fatigued. So this is under the surface here. We'll get to the bottom of why you have this lack of energy or lack of desire or feeling kind of bored at this time. It could be something like that. Again, this is the card of, this is spring. Okay. So maybe you're hopeful that this, now that we have started spring, that things can start to bloom, that things can start to, resurrect, things can start to move forward. But maybe, you're in a place right now where it's still snowing or it's, still cold out there and nothing has come to surface yet. And that's like the feeling I get about your overall life. Like nothing has happened just quite yet. It's still under the surface is what I'm kind of feeling. We do have the Two of Wands here and the Six of Wands, along with the Page of Wands and then the Page of Cups reversed. So the Two of Wands and the Six of Wands are also reversed. And I feel like it's almost like you are playing it safe right now. Like there's something under the surface is what I'm feeling here that hasn't quite come to fruition yet, has not quite started yet. Something is under the surface here. So you're playing it safe, maybe you're not quite ready for something to happen. This could be anything. This is about action. So taking action for something. So maybe you're just not ready to do it yet is what I'm feeling here. Maybe there's a lack of desire to get started on something that you should be doing, or it should be starting now, but there's like, you're kind of playing it safe. Like I'm not ready to quite go there yet. And perhaps you're afraid that there'll be like there'll be a lack of recognition or something like that. Maybe it's just not quite ready. Okay. But with the Page of Wands here, you're doing something that you want to do. This is something that you've dreamed of. This is something about perhaps going and this is something that you've developed, but it's not quite there yet. And you're excited about it coming out, but it's not quite ready. It's under the surface. And And you're afraid if you go out too soon that there'll be a lack of recognition. So maybe something is right under the surface, ready to bloom, ready to start. You're ready to start, taking action on this, but it's not quite ready. Maybe it's not quite finished is what I'm feeling here. You have some insecurity about it. Perhaps you fear that if you put it out too quickly that you'll have a disappointment. Again, this is something that you want to take action about. It's something that's very with the Page of Cups here, it is something that's emotionally tied to you. So this could be a creative endeavor. This could be, something that you have wanted to do for a long time, and it may not be quite finished, and you're afraid to put it out just yet because it's not quite there, is what I'm feeling here. So let's go back and clarify. I'm gonna grab a swig of my coffee here. Okay, clarify the Two of Wands, please, Spirit. So yeah, there's an indecision. You're holding back right now because you feel like it's not quite ready. In other words, you're playing it safe. You're holding back with the Hangman being reversed here. You're holding back on putting it out just yet because of you're playing it safe. You don't want to lose the recognition that you hope for. You're excited about it, but you're afraid of the disappointment. So you're holding back about putting it out. You're playing it safe. Please clarify the Six of Wands. So, you have this pride, okay? And you really want the recognition when it comes to this. So, you have a lot of hope when it comes to this thing. And you don't want to be impulsive about it, okay? You don't want to have impossible expectations when it comes about it either, but you don't want to be disappointed either. So with the King of Wands and the Nine of Swords here, it's like, you want to have the pride in what you put out there. You're very passionate about this thing. And, you don't want to have impossible expectations. You have a lot of hope when it comes to this. You may actually reach out for somebody's help to finish this before you put it out. Or maybe just maybe show it to one person and then see how they react and then maybe put it out is what I'm feeling here, is what you're feeling like you want to do first. Please clarify the Page of Wands. So I feel like there's an attachment to this. I feel like you have, with the Four of Pentacles being reversed here, this is something that means a lot to you. This is something that you've worked really hard on. And you don't want to just give it up that easily. You don't want to show everyone your dreams, your ambitions, your excitement, because this means a lot to you. So maybe you're going to show somebody privately first and see their reaction here. And I feel like what this changes with the Ace of Wands being in the shadow here is you don't have the motivation to do it just yet. There's a lack of desire because you feel like it's not finished, or you're afraid of what other people are going to think. You have this fear of people not being as excited about it as you are. Please clarify the Page of Cups. Whoa. Okay, so this is maybe you're wanting to put it out into the community here with the Four of Wands. So you have, it's like you don't want to be disappointed by what the community thinks about it and what opportunities might come your way once you put it out. You don't want to be disappointed by that. You want this to lead to other opportunities to do the same kind of thing that you're very passionate about. You want to have a celebration here. You don't want to put it out too soon and then be disappointed. This is something you're very passionate about. This is something, this is very heart-centered. This is something that you created within, it feels like. So you're in a contemplation here with the Four of Swords in the shadow here as well. You're contemplating on what to do. I feel like you might want to show somebody first privately before you put it out to the community. You fear that it's not ready. In other words, like the spring, it's just under the surface. It's not quite bloomed just yet. And that's right where you're at here. As spring has begun, something that you've wanted to perhaps show the community, your friends, your family, the city you live in, whatever it is, okay? The world, it could be the world. Whatever that you've been very passionate about here, Pisces, wanting to show the world what you've created, you want to take action on it, okay? But you're afraid of what people may think, and you're afraid that there'll be a lack of excitement about it, the way that you feel excited about it. And that's what I'm feeling here. What is the outcome here, please, Spirit? What is the outcome here? Well, I definitely see you sharing this with other people. What you've manifested, the talent that you perhaps have, okay? Creating the life that you wanted. Whatever it is that you have created that's just under the surface here, that is getting ready to be sprung, you're going to share it with other people, okay? And I feel like with the Five of Swords here being reversed, you're going to feel good about it. In other words, you're going to be like, okay, I was in my head way too much here. People really do enjoy it here. I want to see what the T is on this. I'm sorry. I need to know what you're doing here, Pisces. What is this thing? Because I'm excited for you. Let's see what the T is on this just under the surface thing. What is just under the surface? Okay. What is the T? What is just under the surface that Pisces is eager and excited about? What is the T on this? What is just under the surface, Spirit? What is Pisces excited about? We have getting evidence, photo proof. You're wanting to share something, maybe a photograph? Again, take it as it resonates. What else? What is the tea? Did you get married? Is there a photograph or an engagement photo you're putting out? It could be something like that. Maybe you got married secretly. Again, take it as it resonates. This is not for everyone. Maybe there's an engagement. This could also be proof about somebody else that you know of. This could be proof, gosh, this could go a lot of ways. Again, take what resonates here. You could have spied on somebody else, maybe a celebrity who got married that nobody knows about. You were there. It could be, getting money through tabloids or whatever it is. Again, take it as it resonates here. So this is just for, the few. But what I'm feeling here is there is something that people are going to get excited about or be like, they can't believe it, and you're hoping for that excitement, but you don't want to put it out too quickly. It's just under the surface. So whatever it is, again, with this whole photo proof thing, maybe there's a photograph of some sort that you might want to put out, and it's going to surprise everyone. You're going to share it with other people. Maybe you'll share it privately with somebody and get their response. This is a weird turn. So it could be anything. You could have gotten married secretly. You could be engaged. You may be dating somebody with a high profile person. I don't know. There's a photograph here. You've got evidence of something. Again, take it as it resonates here. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but let's see what the advice is for you, Pisces. This is a really interesting reading. Something that it's almost like it's hidden. It's like, it's just like those bulbs of tulips or whatever that's right underneath the ground that are getting ready to come up for spring. This is you and your excitement about something that you've created or something that you're wanting to show the world or your community or your friends or family, and you're excited about it, but you want to make sure that it's just the right timing, you've got, it looks just perfect, whatever it is. It could be a song that you created. It could be an art. It could be, anything tangible is what I'm feeling here. It could be anything that you've created. You could have quilted a blanket and you're not quite ready to show everyone. I mean, it could be as simple as that. It could be that you painted your bedroom. I mean, it could be anything where you're just wanting to show somebody something that you've done, and you want it to be nice, and you want people to be as excited about it as you are, okay? What is the advice in this matter, please, Spirit? What is the advice? Okay. So it says, follow your heart, okay? There's going to be a lot of satisfaction here, comfort, stability, emotional stability that you're going to get from other people by showing of this. So, commit to it, put it out there is what the advice is here from Spirit. Don't be, don't have the lack of energy, in other words, in order to do this. What I'm seeing in the shadow, like you have this lack of energy to actually, because there's like a fear of you not getting the recognition that you're hoping for. So don't go down that road and say, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to show anybody. Everything will turn out well is what Spirit is saying here. So enjoy your success, follow your heart. Okay? That's what you need to do here with the Knight of Cups here. Like, take action, okay? Do what makes you feel good, you know? And honestly, there may be some people out there that may not be as excited about it as you are, but that's okay. It doesn't matter what they feel. Don't always worry about what other people think, in other words. Again, yes, I'm excited to know what you're doing. But it's like, you know, not everybody has the same feelings that you do about everything. Everyone has their own mindset. Everyone has their own desires. Everyone has their likes and dislikes, okay? You may like a TV show and I may not, you know? You may like a movie, like you may be a big fan about, you know, some type of thing that a lot of people like. In other words, something like, okay, say Taylor Swift, and no offense to Taylor Swift, okay? There are millions of people that love her music and love to see her shows. I don't dislike her. I'm not as excited. I don't really listen to her music. I don't watch her. I never been to a concert. I don't really know her music, but that's just me. There's millions of people that love her. But me, I'm not into it, okay? It's just not my genre. It's not my cup of tea. It's not something that, you know, when I listen to it that I get excited about. You know, it doesn't come right into my heart the way other artists do. You know, it's something like that. So forget about what other people think. Put your stuff out there. Everything's going to turn out well. You know, follow your heart. Don't have this lack of enthusiasm about putting this out because you're worried about what other people think. Whether this is a photograph of evidence that you might have on somebody, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you're excited about it and you want to show other people, you go for it here, Pisces, okay? You have the freedom. Detach yourself from what other people think. Get out of your head here with the devil in the reverse position in the shadow here. Let's pull an Akashic Records Oracle, if I can find them, right here. And then we'll pull a message from the universe as well for you, Pisces. Well, this is nice Monday reading. So yeah, whatever's lying right under the surface here, Pisces, you know, spring is about to be sprung. And so is this creative, passionate idea, whatever it is that you have done that is just about ready to bloom. Get excited about it. You know, everything's going to turn out good. What you've manifested here and what you want to share with other people is going to turn out very well. Message from the Akashic Records, please, Spirit, to finish up this reading for Pisces. Okay, so it says obligation. Stop telling yourself you should when you cater to others or to unnecessary expectations of yourself. You stop your flow of abundance. Again, so, you know, I feel like that's what this has been about, is you're too much up in your head about what other people are going to think, okay? Or the expectations of yourself and whatever it is that you've done that you want to share with other people. You know, stop telling yourself, you know, that, you know, you need to do what other people do, or, you know, it has to be so wonderful that, you know, you get some type of, you know, victory or reward over, you know, something, okay? This stops your abundance. So you have to stop catering to what other people think. Just as I was talking about Taylor Swift. In other words, you know, she's probably a wonderful person, and I'm sure there are millions of people that love her music. It's just not my cup of tea, okay? So I don't have to do what other people do. So stop doing what other people do, and you do you, in other words. Let's pull a message from the universe to finish up here. But yeah, I'm so excited for you, Pisces. Like, whatever it is that you've done that is very, you know, you're very passionate about, you know, do it. Get it out there. Share it with others. Everything's going to turn out well. Follow your heart. Message from the universe to finish up this reading for Pisces, please, Spirit. So it says, when you continue to reminisce, replay, or hold on to what could have been, you continue to hold yourself in a place of resistance. Let what was inspire a new way of living, but don't allow it to limit and determine what can be. So maybe in the past, you may have put something out in this kind of situation before and you didn't get the desired result that you wanted. Don't worry about that, okay? This is something new, okay? Don't limit yourself by what you've done in the past, okay? Don't care about, don't replay those old, things that you might have done in the past where you didn't get the recognition or you didn't get the response that you wanted. This is something new. Don't limit yourself by not putting this out. In other words, by the reactions that you've had in the past. Okay. So Spirit wants to remind you of that as well. So if that may be why you have the lack of enthusiasm or lack of desire to put this out, because maybe you've done this in the past and it didn't get the response that you wanted, Spirit is saying don't replay that in your mind. This is something new. You're moving forward. Everything is going to turn out well. You'll have success here with the Nine of Cups here right in the center of your reading. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I did. I hope you have a wonderful day today. If you liked my reading, please give me a thumbs up, hit the hype button, hit the like button. Please hit all the buttons if you can. And it does help push the videos out there more so that more Pisces can find this video. Otherwise, it just goes to their subscribers, and that's fine too. But I would love to share it with more people. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Please be kind and compassionate to one another. Namaste.